Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to, well, possibly my only game that I'm going to be casting this week between Sock versus Infi. This game taking place here on Echo Isle, doing a little bit of a time away and, getting used to my newborn daughter. Thank you for all of the well wishes out there. Thank you for the Merry Christmases. And, well, really looking forward to what's going to be happening in the new year with WarCraft 3 as well. Anyways, we're gonna be looking. Well, if you guys are also wondering why I'm doing like a Bob Ross type of cast, it is because everyone in my house is still sleeping, and I don't want to wake them up, especially the baby. Anyways, Infi opening up with what seems to be a Dark Ranger or at least a Tavern hero opening, as we don't see an Altar of Kings. We do see an Ancient of War already getting situated here, so we will be getting up a large number of archers early on. Meanwhile, Sock is going to be opening up with a Mountain King first, a much more popular hero as of late, as the Mountain King and that AoE Thunderclap has become just that much more powerful. A very high risk, high reward hero. If you try to use that Mountain King and you're not quite sure how to use him, well, that Mountain King gets into danger very often in that front line. Now, unlike Orc that has Scroll of Speed, it's difficult to get him in and out of tight spaces. And with that said, well, all of a sudden you may be using a lot of potions of lesser invulnerability and healing light heals to try and keep him alive. Sock now making its way out with a scouting footman as well. We are going to be looking at a scouting wisp, going to head over to the center portion of the map, and once the 2-minute 15-second mark is available, well, we should be looking at an additional Tavern hero. Mountain King already making its way down, Militia already coming across, as it looks like the mercenary camp here is going to end up getting cleared quickly. Let's see what the Tavern hero is going to be. It is that Dark Ranger, and both sides are going to try and clear out this Renegade Wizard creep camp very fast. Alright, Militia making their way to that Global Geomancer, quickly finishing it off. Mountain King has picked up a Forest Troll Shadow Priest as well. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger now rejoining up with the rest of the units here, as the Ancient of War are going to go ahead and get grabbed. Also a Forest Troll Shadow Priest picked up, as well as that Ancient of War takes quite a bit of damage. Units now making their way back here, trying to, well, pull away, but one lone footman may cause a bit of problems, as an archer is still dealing damage across here. Let's take a look at this. Ancient of War down to 400 hit points, as it looks like there shouldn't be any issues. Skeletal minions are going to be able to absorb a whole bunch of damage. Footman does not get the steal there. You saw the gold. The gold shows that it was Infi who got that last shot here, as that Ancient of War is down to 132 hit points, but rising. Back across here, Mountain King sits at level 2, has a Talisman of Evasion. Lone Wisp is down across here to try and prevent any sort, or be able to dispel. We're going to see a Stormbolt here. That is the question. Mountain King now going to make its way down, go after all of these units, perhaps land a Thunderclap Militia now making their way over as well, as we are going to be looking at a fast expansion attempt. Mountain King sitting at level 2. Wisp decides not to do anything, as the army of skeleton minions now making its way across. Arcane Tower correctly being built by Sock, but is it going to be up in time? That is an important question. Mountain King does get to level 3. Units may be trying to head back off to the north, as the skeletal minions are now going to start to sneak on in. Scout Tower about 40% done. This is going to be a downside here, as Call to Arms now being brought into play. Alright, Mountain King now making its way back over. This large army of archers and skeletal minions going to continue to get stronger and stronger, as the skeletal minions all calling to arms, calling back as well. It looks like Sock is going to be able to hold this. Meanwhile, Mountain King of Sock doing some aggressive creeping again, clearing out some difficult creep camps, but is not going to have an Arcane Vault for healing. No, I take it back. Sock already has the Arcane Vault, but not much else. Alright, units will need to go back to work here. Let's take a look. Units now all heading back, and I like Sock's attempt here. Sock here is going to go ahead and get a Scroll of Regeneration, try and heal up all of these units. And now, what is his follow-up play? Do we see Defend being researched? No, we do not. Sock opting to not actually expand here, even though it looked like it, since he didn't bring his army back to defend. With this, the Mountain King making its way out across. Let's take a look. You can see a lot of regeneration underway, and Sok, with a very large army, may actually catch his opponent off guard. What are these peasants doing? These peasants are actually going to try to harvest lumber back down across here. This doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, Mountain King going to go after that wisp, perhaps try and take them down, pick up another Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and I don't believe Sok was expecting this at all. He was expecting his opponent to go for the fast expansion, did a head fake, made it look like it, but then again a Dark Ranger and now a Panda is on the field as well. Panda with Breath of Fire going to be able to deal so much damage. There's going to be some detonations as well, trying to split apart all those units. Let's take a look. Forest Troll Shadow Priest out of mana, Dark Ranger with those arrows able to deal so much damage as well. As we're looking at perhaps an expansion attempt finally being brought over. Mountain King, there's that Thunderclap, so much damage being brought aboard. Footman dealing up so much damage. Forest Troll Shadow Priest going to try to go after those units again. Are we going to see another Thunderclap? So much damage being absorbed by that Mountain King already. There's that other Thunderclap as well. Is it going to go after any additional units? There is the Scroll of Town Portal. It is going to try and back away skeletal minions, the level 2 variety, dealing so much damage as well, as the Mountain King needs to shift back down to the south and heal up. Alright, Dark Minions. The timed life is going to be coming to an end. Mountain King, Clarity Potion, going to be used. Scroll of Regeneration also going to be used. More units now trying to make their way back over. And we should be getting up a Scroll of Regeneration heal already. Follow that up, maybe try and get up another mercenary camp. But the Panda, with those Breaths of Fire, are going to be causing serious damage to this very low-tech army. Alright, Footman, only 420 hit points. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, 240 hit points. Those Breaths of Fire, especially if we see this Panda get to level 3. Well, Potion of Greater Mana, very useful here if it tries to blow over all of these units. Add on top of that the Dark Ranger, add the Black Arrows. Every time a Footman dies, well, a Dark Minion is going to take its place, and that is just going to become an even stronger army here. More Dark Minions switching back over. Let's take a look. A little bit of damage there. That Dark Minion will end up staying alive. A third Forest Troll Shadow Priest was hired up. Very, very necessary, as that Panda, well, with a Ring of Regeneration, should be able to stay in those front lines a little bit better. Alright, let's take a look at this Mountain King. Let's come across Silence. Dark Ranger with the Silence shutting things down there. Mountain King now gets up to level 4. Level 2 Stormbolt onto perhaps the Forest Troll Shadow Priest to try and finish things off. No, there's a Dryad. There is the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. No damage coming across. Footmen now making their way over. Mass Forest Troll Shadow Priest and Forest Troll Berserkers as the Dark Minions are making their way over. Arcane Tower should be able to easily finish that off there. Mountain King gonna pick up a Staff of Teleportation and a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Units, oh, Mountain King is invisible. Lone Mountain King, tech to tier 2, not getting started either, as this is going to be mass tier 1. Mountain King going to try to get in position. We do not see a Tree of Life in position yet, but we see the expansion is ready to go. Oh, Stormbolt, Dark Ranger, is it going to get finished off? Down to 95 hit points. Going to try and get away. Stormbolt, is it going to be enough to finish it off? Dark Ranger in the mid of a big run. There is that Scroll of Town Portal in order to head back. Units still trying to head back once again. There goes an ensnare. A little bit of easy damage onto that archer. There it goes. Down it goes. As the Mountain King may be able to finish off those Dryads. More Forest Troll Berserkers should be added, since we're looking at an economic advantage. 46 supply compared to 42 right now. Mountain King gonna finish off some more units here. Dryads, however, gonna switch back in from the north as a Forest Troll Shadow Priest gets separated from the rest of the army and gonna get taken down by Dryads. Panda sitting at level 2. Let's take a look at this. Only one Forest Troll Berserker, no transition in, well, this Town Hall upgrade. Now almost 40%. It seemed much faster, as we are now getting into the Blacksmith as well. The Blacksmith incredibly important, as we see a large number of Dryads, part of the army. Tree of Life already has Nature's Blessing, going to be able to root, but how much of a gold advantage is there? Currently around 1500 gold. Alright, big Thunderclap coming across to try and finish off the remaining units. Murloc Huntsman, Murloc Nightcrawlers all going to get finished off here. 50 supply over 60 compared to 43 over 54. But this army of skeletal minions, these dark minions, just so powerful coming across now. Alright, you may hear some side commentary from my co-commentator as Arya does make its way downstairs. Let's take a look. We do have Defend, which is going to be incredibly important. Breath of Fire finishes off that Forest Troll Berserker. Double towers in the back to try to pick apart all of these units as well. Breath of Fire damage coming to an end. Ogre Maulers are here as well. Dryads going to start to poke across. Footmen with the Vend are very powerful, but the Ogre Mauler and the Panda may be enough to finish off many of those units. Arcane Tower causing problems for the Panda. Panda unable to get away. More damage being absorbed and, well, eaten up here as the Footmen with the Fender trying to block arrows. Alright, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, units, reinforcements may be coming across. Dryads gonna line themselves up in the better position here as the guard towers looking to poke apart some more damage, but just outside of that range. Alright, Scroll of Regeneration, Clarity Potion onto the Panda down to the south. Let's take a look at this Arcane Tower damage here. Panda gets up to level 3. Breath of Fire finishes off the building as we are now going to get this Scout Tower coming into play. Mountain King tries to make its way over. Stormbolt onto the Ogre Mauler. Ogre Mauler going to get taken down right there. There it goes, level 5 onto the Mountain King. Arcane Tower more than enough to finish off some more of those units. Riflemen need to get added in. Perhaps they are get trained up as the Archmage now making its way over as well. Alright, Forest Troll Shadow Priest trying to back up Footmen with the Fen. Well, purposely trying to avoid damage. Dryads do not want to reflect that damage back onto them as we're looking at Druid of the Claw Adept training now getting finished. So Bears will be able to cast Rejuvenation. Alright, Forest Troll Shadow Priest should be trying to get off more heals. Dryad are slowly poking apart this army. Let's take a look. Breath of Fire finishes off one of the two Forest Troll Shadow Priests as damage is getting added back up. Alright, Rejuvenation, more than enough here. Archmage is here as well. What can the Archmage really hope to do? Brilliance Aura, perhaps for these units here. Mountain King gonna try to come across here. No bash of a sort as, well, Paladin may have been the better choice here as well. There goes a little bit of damage. Breath of Fire, major damage right there, trying to stay alive, unable to do so. As you can take a look, one Dark Minion gonna, well, try and sneak back out. 44 supply compared to 43. Footmen in that front portion. Ancient of Wonders also being built in as we're also adding in Riflemen. Alright, Archmage with some big heals. Riflemen are going to be able to start poking apart some of those units. Panda is going to try to get a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Arcane damage not going to be enough to do anything right there as the Panda was able to heal back up. More repairs underway. Lone Flying Machine, well, flying around overhead where... yeah, doing a bit of scouting. Mortar teams could be making its way back over. And let's take a look if Sock is going to be able to fire back here. Ancient of Wonders, as you imagine, is well mining. A 1,000 gold difference between the two. Dryads are poking back apart. Gloves of Haste, perhaps going to be given to the Dark Ranger, as the Dark Ranger wants to fire off multiple arrows. Panda comes in, Breath of Fire across multiple units. Arcane Vault down to the south here, trying to figure things out. Archmage, all it's really good for is absolutely nothing. Ooh. Well, nope. Sorry, Arya doesn't understand the reference. I hope someone out there did. Dad joke. Mountain King trying to come across, unable to land down a thunderclap right there as the Riflemen trying to get away. Mortar teams coming across dealing damage as well. Riflemen need to be microed. Sock going to lose another unit again out of mana as the Dark Minions fighting back once again. Stormbolt, Militia now joining in on the fight. As you can take a look, Dryads getting finished off. Mountain King, Scroll of Healing finishing off. There is another big bit of damage again as the Dryad gets, well, absolutely blasted away. 52 supply compared to 54. Dark Minion right there. Mountain King current was silenced. Is he going to be able to Stormbolt anything? Bears down to the south. Anti-magic potion onto that Bear. Staff of Preservation saving some units. Slow right there. Mountain King low on mana. Are these units going to continue to try and dance around? Dark Ranger is here. Mountain King now looking to back up. Brilliance Aura. Absolutely important now as the Archmage sits at level 1. Sock now with the larger army. Dark Ranger, Panda trying to put pressure, trying to keep the pressure on. Flying Machine overhead doing large amounts of scouting, mortar teams, 1-0 upgrades. More riflemen need to get added into this army. Plenty of room, but for some reason is not training up any extra units right now, perhaps low on gold. Mountain King sitting at 200 mana almost, and that's going to continue to rise. Is Sock going to be able to get his feet back underneath him and be able to push back on through? That is the question. Alright, let's make a look. Mountain King, is it accidentally going to engage? Dryads are here, ready to engage once again. We need to see more repairs. Breath of Fire, mortar teams accidentally hitting their own footmen right there. More mortar teams trying to get back, trying to get undercover. Dryads with that slow poison causing major problems. Riflemen need to turn back around. No front line available. Guard towers trying to fight their way through. Let's take a look at this. Bears just diving on inside. There are horrible, horrible battle lines as the Archmage needs to just dance around here. Bears able to eat up many of those Dryads and other units. Thunderclap across 3 of those units back across here. Riflemen and Priests not even really engaging as we're taking a look at, well, fighting underneath the guard towers are incredibly important. Peasants, however, are not really fighting back. Archmage could be in trouble. Has a Scroll of Town Portal. Is it going to try and engage? There goes some more units. There goes a Potion of Healing as the guard towers, Riflemen trying to fight back continually. Mountain King is going to be able to get off another Thunderclap. Currently silenced, trying to engage here. Are we going to see? There's the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. There's the Silence. Archmage is going to be able to Scroll of Town Portal out for a little bit more invulnerability. Yes, it will. Is he just going to stay in position? Teleports back off to the north, re-engages back off. There is level 2 now on the Archmage. Archmage going to drop some water elementals as the Panda now out of mana as well. Alright, units are being lost on both sides. Sock down to 52 supply. What is going on? Mountain King is going to be able to launch any more Storm Bolts. No Boots of Speed to chase down any units as it looks like Sock is going to hold it and really get his feet back underneath him. Sock sitting at 187 mana. Are we going to see a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability being used? Panda also has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Mountain Giant down to 865. Staff of Preservation is in the hands of the Dark Ranger. Should just be able to heal that back up. No bash as the Mountain King gives up chase. But right behind him, well, what is this? Sock has a large army of Druids of the Claw ready to come back in. Mountain King may be able to catch some of this. Oh, this is bad news. Are we going to see it? Stormbolt. There goes one Druid of the Claw. Meanwhile, mortar teams need to back up here. Riflemen. There's Breath of Fire. There goes a Dark Ranger. That is a Fairy Dragon right there. Yes, Arya, thank you for asking. As we're going to see that Fairy Dragon get picked out of the sky very quickly. Alright, Mountain King right there. There's a big Thunderclap going across multiple units. Archmage sitting at level 2. Bears are all healed back up. They were all Staff of Preservation. They are saved. Are these bears going to be able to live up to their namesake and rip through all of these units here? Additional bears trying to flank in from the north. Mountain King picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, but low on mana. Guard towers are all right here. Let's take a look. That is going to be an unwelcoming party for all of these units as they head back in. Archmage going to get into position. Mountain King needs to get a Clarity Potion or perhaps a Scroll of Regeneration, Scroll of Healing. All of that needs to be used as they are now healing back up. Alright, Fairy Dragon overhead. Heals could have very, very damaging effects. There you go, the Fairy Dragon positioning itself above the tree line. Beautifully done as the guard towers are now taking apart some of those bears as well. 76 supply compared to 54. Sock is the one with the 51 army. I was going to say Sock has the weaker army once again as we're looking at Infi with the larger army. Infi was red. My apologies, the colors were off, confusing me. And that makes sense. The reason why the army looked smaller was because a whole bunch of bears were getting healed back up. 16 supply, 20 supply of bears out of combat, but able to do a whole bunch of damage. Mountain King teleporting to the back. Just continuing to fight their way through. Fairy Dragons are right here. Home field advantage doesn't amount to very much if the Mountain Giants are just able to destroy so much here again. Alright, Dark Minion. Is it going to get taken down? Mountain King. Arcane Tower could perhaps eat through that Dark Minion as well. Fairy Dragon is right there. Going to go ahead and Mana Flare. Finish things off. Mountain Giant. Is it going to be able to finish off this Mountain Giant here? There's a Stormbolt. Big damage right there. Is it going to be able to shake it off? Staff of Preservation going to save it at the last possible moment. Trying to save it. No. Denied. Mountain King doesn't get that bonus bit of experience as it was denied. Staff of Preservation perhaps saved another unit already. Alright, Arcane Vault not being rebuilt. Mountain Giant still in the front. Arcane Vault trying to rebuild here. Mortar Team in the back. So much splash damage as well. Fairy Dragon gonna get in position, but Salk has left the game. Beautiful game between the two. Infi with Salk with that earlier expansion fake, followed by Salk's Staff of Preservations and saving of those Druids of the Claw level 2, saving about 15 to 20 or 3 to 4 of those Druids of the Claw, able to bring them back into play, also denying experience. Well played by Infi.